Hello folks, welcome to Canal Channel Jose. Today we're going to show you how to replace the front brake pads on a 2004-2013 Mazda 3. And for this replacement, all you need is the right brake pads, and you're going to need a 7mm Allen wrench to take out the bolts that hold the caliper into the structure so you can replace the brake pads. And with that said, let's jump right into it and show you how you can do this at home. Okay, first thing we did, it was we lifted our car and we set it on jack stands on both sides. We have exposed the braking systems by taking the wheels off both sides, and we have turned the wheels like if we're making a left turn so we can expose the bolts on the caliper. So we're going to start on the driver's side. And one thing about doing this job, if your brakes are so worn out and you're compressing the piston back in, all that fluid is going to come back to your master cylinder reservoir, and you're going to have to get that liquid out of there so it doesn't spill all over your engine compartment. That's the master cylinder. So we're going to have to compress this piston in because the brakes or the piston is completely out. There's no brakes, so there's more liquid than what this guy can handle. So we're going to compress or piston slowly and keep an eye on this oil so it doesn't overflow. So what we do is we grab a flathead screwdriver, we fit it right in the middle of the bends of the rotor and the structure of that caliper. And what we do is we push and we make that brake pad push that caliper back in. That liquid is going to go back to the master cylinder, so we got to keep an eye that doesn't overflow. So we got to do a suction on that liquid. Once it builds up, we get it out of there so we can start putting this guy back in for the space that the new brake pads and the rotor is going to take. So now that you got the caliper all the way to this side and you can't push anymore, switch it to the outside of the rotor and start pressing again onto the caliper like this. So as you can see, the oil is always almost to the top. So we're gonna take some of the oil out as much as we can, and then we're gonna, because we still have another piston to push in on the passenger side. So this is just what's coming back from the driver's side. And this is the method that we're using to take the oil out of there with this little suction pump, and we're putting it into this container. So as you see, we got that oil out of there just to where the bottom is. So now we can continue pressing the piston in so we can take the caliper out. So now that you have compressed the piston all the way in as much as you could, and there's a gap in there, that's the space where the brake pads, these brake pads are really worn out. There's no meat on them. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to have to remove over here to get the caliper out of here. We have to remove these plastic caps that cover the bolts, and this bolt in the bottom are 7mm Allen wrench. We have to remove them so we can get the caliper out of here, put it on the top. These two bolts, take out the caps, use a 7mm Allen wrench like this to take them off. So now that we have taken off and loosened those bolts off completely, what you do is you bring a screwdriver, flathead, and you push the bolt a little bit out this way, so that way the piston can come out from there and it's not biting, because we cannot grab the bolt from over here because due to this plastic. So once we push it out, then we go to the bottom one, do the same thing, and then we got one thing to do before we start removing this caliper as well. So now that we took out that bolt from there and that bolt from there and slide them out, what we do is we have to unhook this wire or this clip from right here and right here, so this caliper can come out, because this is being held to the base from with this clip right here is this clip. And as you can see, these points are the ones that go right into the caliper. So we have to unhook it from there, but it goes right like that. It's the one that keeps the tension, so it keeps the caliper inwards towards the wheel so it doesn't flap around. So now that we have removed the clip, the two bolts in the outside, and we have compressed the piston in for the space, what we do is we slide our caliper out, and one of the brake pads is going to be attached to the piston because it has some mechanism that attaches to it and it clips in. That one is going to come out with it. The outside one stays in there. So now we take them both out. So we want to show you what the Allen wrench bolts look like. You see it? It's smooth. And this is the slider. This is the Allen wrench side. It's a 7 millimeter, and that threaded side goes into the base of the caliper, but this goes through the caliper itself. So this is the actual slider. It moves as it needs to center the caliper for the brakes to wear out evenly. So this one I would recommend when you put it back on, clean it and put some little grease on it so it slides in there. So that's how it comes out. So now that we have removed our brake pads, we get our brand new brake pads, one with a mechanism that attaches to that opening of the piston, and the other one goes right into the bracket of the base, and then the caliper goes over it. So now if you still have to push the piston back in a little bit more, what I recommend is you using a tool to press that system back in. I'm using the new brake pad with the tool, flat tool, and it's a ratcheting system that I can compress the piston a little bit more so it fits over the new thickness of the brake pads and the rotor if you replace the rotor. So let's do that now. And remember, when you're doing this, you want to make sure that the oil in that reservoir doesn't overflow because you're still pushing more fluid back. So now that we have that brake pad in there, we have compressed the piston completely in. We have the new brake pad slide in already on the outside, so we can turn our caliper and slide it in so we can start bolting it on. So now what we have left to do is we have to tighten our Allen wrench into the bracket, and we can put the clip on the outside. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some grease for brake systems in this area, right where the caliper slides over it, just a little bit, and then we put them on and tighten them both, upper and lower bolt. So now we have tightened in the upper bolt, Allen wrench, 7 millimeter, the bottom one, and we put some grease right about here where it slides in the slider for the caliper, so it helps. And now what we have left is to put the clip that goes on the outside to prevent this caliper from flapping around. And there it is. We just hook it from this part right here, from in, we put it over it, we hook it up, and we put it over it on the bracket on the base. So it pulls the caliper towards the inside. So for this side, what we do is we get our plastic covers. We put one on the upper bolt plastic, the other one in the bottom one. So now what we do on this side as well, we get our screwdriver, we fit it right into the caliper and the rotor, and we press in. So we force the piston go in. Once we take it out, we use a tool to completely compress it. Same thing, as we're compressing this piston in, we have to check our master cylinder too, so it doesn't overflow with the oil that is coming up there. As you see, this oil came all the way to the top, so we're gonna have to take oil out because still will not compress the piston back in more. So now that we have taken out oil, we continue to compress the piston down there. Now that we have compressed the piston a little bit inward, what we do is we take off the plastic covers that cover the Allen wrench bolts that hold the caliper into the base, and we can take off those so we can remove the caliper and we can replace the brake pads and compress the piston if it's needed to put it over. Now that we have taken out or loosened those bolts, we take out the outer clip so we can get our caliper out. Now we can remove our piston, and the brake pad, inner brake pad, is going to be attached to the caliper. So same drill as the driver's side. The inner brake pad is going to be attached to the piston with a mechanism of a clamp, and then the outer one is going to be sitting right here. So we remove the outer one, the inner one, and put new brake pads. So what we do is we grab our new brake pad with these hooks, and we face that towards towards the piston, and you want to make sure you follow the curve to the caliper. So when you put it on, it fits right. All you have to do is just guide it and then start pressing it in slowly so it falls right in there. So now what we're going to be doing is we're going to compress this piston completely in. So when we put the other brake pad and the new brake pad, it fits on the opening to slide back on, because it's going to be way thicker than the old ones. I'm going to share the old brake pads that we're taking out compared to the new ones that we're putting in. Two of these are not even the thickness of one of these. So we are beyond the replacement point at this point. If this plate is thicker than the brake pad or that brake pad ceramic piece, it's time to replace him. It's time. So just to share this. Next time we're going to be replacing rotors as well in the next brake job on this car. So for now, we're just replacing brake pads. I'm going to compress the piston back in with my tool because it's not going to fit with the thickness of the new brake pads. Now that we have the inner brake pad into the piston and the outer brake pad on, what we do is we flip our caliper, we slide it over it, and we guide it. And before we start tightening in these bolts that hold the caliper into the bracket, we put some grease right in this area, so it helps with the friction and it slides better. Now that we have greased them up, and we tighten them with that 7mm Allen wrench. So now at this point, we can put these caps over these bolts so that no debris gets in there and damage them. So now what we can do is we put this clip just like we did on the driver's side. And we're done. All we have to do is we just straighten our wheels, press the brakes, and verify our liquid on our reservoir or master cylinder. So we need to top it off because we took out a lot of liquid from this when we compressed the piston. So now we have replaced the driver's side and passenger side brake pads. We put everything back as it should. Everything looks good. We turn on our car and we press a pedal, and the liquid is to the max where it needs to be. And if it was lower, we just top it off to the max once you press the pedal, and everything goes back to normal. So now what we do is we put our little cap, that's a bushing or a seal, and we put the cap on and we tighten it, and we're done with this job. All we have to do, put the wheels on and get back in the road. Well, folks, hopefully this video was useful and helpful how to replace the front brake pads on a 2004 to 2013 Mazda 3. And this is pretty simple. All you need is to lift the car, jack, put it on jack stands, and then you can, all you need a special tool is a 7mm Allen wrench to take out those two bolts that hold the caliper to the base. And then once you do that, and then the clip that goes in the side. Pretty simple, but just remember a 7mm Allen wrench for those two bolts in both sides. So with that said, folks, for friends who are watching a video and haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe. If you like a video, give us thumbs up, share it, and we'll see you soon with more videos here in the canal, the channel Jose.